Hey guys, what's up and welcome back. Happy Monday. Guys, I wanted to say thank you again for another round last night of pre-records and lives. Even though I wasn't feeling my best, you guys are the best and I appreciate the heck out of you. As of right now though, we are back to talk about the Real Housewives of New York, or at least a former housewife, Bethenny Frankel, because shots are fired. In true Real Housewives of New York fashion, shots are fired. Mention it all, and that's what we're about to do. Bethenny Frankel apparently warned a comedian after doing an impersonation of her, and there was a lot that was said. So we have all the details on that and more. But before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so there's a comedian that I wasn't necessarily familiar with, but if you guys are or are not, her name is Amy Phillips, and apparently she has made a career out of imitating the Real Housewives. However, some of the women are less than thrilled about her impersonations. Amy is the host of SiriusXM's Reality Check, as she experienced a run-in with another SiriusXM host, Bethenny Frankel. Well, she's mentioning it all. In an interview with We Should Talk, the comedian actually revealed some reactions she received from the Bravo stars. She said Bethenny's was perhaps the least welcoming. Amy said Bethenny didn't really, I don't know what she thinks of my impression. I think she seems kind of hot and cold on it. And also she's never really celebrated it and has been pretty mute about it. You know what I'm saying? When that happens, and I know they've seen it, I assume that they don't like it. She said, I did this video where I was like, I've never told anyone this story, by the way, washing your hands like all of the housewives in quarantine. And she messaged me and was like, focus on the cause or something. Basically, she admonished me, which you guys know, I need to do a Google define. I don't have the same vocabulary as Heather Dubrow, but I do love learning new words. And this was a new word for me. She said, Bethenny admonished me, which actually, come to find out, I looked up the definition, and that means to warn or reprimand someone firmly. Okay, so Bethenny warned or reprimanded her firmly for doing that video during the time of the pandemic when people were dying and still are, by the way. She was like, there's no room for this. To be fair, though, we know Bethenny Frankel is constantly on the front lines and doing crisis relief. She's always putting herself out there. And even when there were articles that were entertaining the idea of Bethenny returning to the Real Housewives of New York, these articles came out around the same time that Haiti was experiencing devastation. So when the articles actually came out, she took to social media and said, this is BS. I'm not focused on this. I haven't heard one thing. No, I'm not returning. Let's focus on the cause. Then she came back out, deleted it from social media, and took to another social media platform to say, I'm not going to flood my platform with this mess. I'm going to address it here. And this is the first and only time, meaning the last time, that I will address it. Well, Amy then explained her response was, I was like, I am focusing on the cause. I'm a comedian. I bring entertainment to people. That's what I do. Also, I'm talking about your foundation on my show and how people can give like every day. I never heard back from her. I just felt slapped by her. I was like, oh my God, I hold you in such a high regard and you're such a great housewife. But now here we are. And I think that now she's probably not a fan of mine anymore because of that. However, not all of Amy's encounters were bad. She said that Ramona Singer was really right there on the ground floor with me being like, I love this impression. Let's go and watch what happens live. And you can be Ramona and I can be Ramona and we can be Ramonas together. She was very supportive. I've also had run-ins with housewives. I just did a video on Nene Leakes. And when I met her at the Mariah Carey after party, she was not welcoming at all. However, it was a late night. I was telling her how much I loved her on the show. And she was probably like, I'm in this private Mariah Carey party at the top of Mastro's in the penthouse of a steakhouse. How the hell did this fan get up here? Well, because I have a way, Nene Leakes. But I still forgive you because I love Nene and I wish you would return to Bravo. That's all. Now, Amy believes her impersonations come from a good place. And she was saying, from the beginning, I just went the route of I want to celebrate these ladies. When I do impressions of them, I don't always succeed in terms of my vision or intention sometimes. My intention is to try and celebrate. I don't necessarily want to embellish or exaggerate something mean about them. The comedian also named housewives who welcomed her the most. And she said the Ramona Singers, the Heather Dubrows, the Lisa Rinnas, Vicky Gunvalsons, those are the ones old school that have been there for a long time, that have been seeing my impressions for years. They have embraced it, and those are the ones that I have a connection with. All right. Well, again, it looks like Bethenny clapped back, reprimanded her, but was she wrong? I understand that there's a lot, going on in the world, and we do have to be super sensitive. But if you think about some comedians, like I watched a video, Jason made me watch Joan Rivers, and she was making a couple jokes, and very insensitive jokes. There's no way she would have a platform today, God rest her soul. But when she was, people in the audience were screaming at her saying, that is rude. And she's like, oh, goth, it's comedy. We're here to laugh. When the whole world is going to, we're here to laugh about it. And that was her stance. And some comedians take that stance. But for Bethenny, she's like, I know that you're trying to be cute and funny and build your platform based off of the pandemic and everything that's going on that's really crappy with the world. However, don't do it to me, and not today. But it was so much better her doing an impersonation and doing a housewives quarantine washing your hands video than someone like Kelly Dodd, who went on, and said that this is God's way of thinning the herd. Like, pick your poison, or just don't say anything at all, even though Kelly Dodd was a housewife and Amy, well, she's a comedian. But guys, again, I want to ask your opinions. I don't want to just give you my thoughts on this. So go ahead and comment below, give it to me, and be real honest about it. And before you go, don't forget that we are going live today at 12:30 p.m. Eastern with Tisa Tells, Grace Report, and Layla Lynn on Grace Report's channel. Then, of course, we'll be back tonight at 6 p.m. for today's hot takes on Jason's channel, Down with Jason. It's going to be one hell of a day. I'm going to go take some more Mucinex. I've had 6 shots of espresso or 8. I don't know at this point. I keep on saying I'm going to get food somewhere in between, but I do have my sparkling water, so I'm okay. Someone give me a promo ad for sparkling water or espresso coffee, please. I feel like I've earned it. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell. I love you guys so much, and I will see you so very soon. Bye, guys.